Welcome back to JF Coin, the channel where hidden treasures become life-changing discoveries and ordinary coins turn into extraordinary stories of history, rarity, and unbelievable value. Today we are diving deep into the powerful story of the 1977 Liberty 1 cent USA coin, a coin many people ignore, spend, or overlook every single day without realizing its incredible potential. This is not just a coin. This is a piece of American history, a symbol of freedom, and for some collectors, a golden opportunity worth $779,340 in the current market. Let us travel back to the year 1977. The United States was under the leadership of Jimmy Carter, and the country was experiencing economic challenges, inflation, and global changes. During this time, millions of 1-cent coins were minted to support daily commerce. These coins were produced by the legendary United States Mint, the official producer of American coinage since 1792. The 1977 Liberty 1 cent coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, represents unity, strength, and the fight for freedom. His image has appeared on the penny since 1909, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. On the reverse side of the 1977 coin, you will find the Lincoln Memorial design, representing the famous Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. This design was introduced in 1959 and remained until 2008, symbolizing respect and honor for Lincoln's legacy. Now here is where things become exciting. Most 1977 Liberty 1 cent coins were made in copper alloy composition, containing 95% copper and 5% zinc. However, collectors are not interested in ordinary circulated pieces. The real money lies in rare high-grade specimens, mint state examples, and error coins that escape the mint with unique characteristics. Some of the most valuable 1977 Liberty 1 cent coins include high-grade uncirculated coins graded MS67 or higher, coins with double die errors, off-center strike coins, coins with strong red luster preserved for decades, proof-like surfaces with exceptional detail. When such a coin appears in the market in perfect condition, collectors compete aggressively. Why? Because condition is everything in numismatics. A coin that looks almost brand new after nearly 50 years is extremely rare. Now let us talk about the market value. While common circulated 1977 pennies are usually worth only a few cents, an extraordinary high-grade 1977 Liberty 1 cent coin can reach a jaw-dropping market value of $779,340 under special collector demand and rare certification status. Yes, you heard that right, $779,340. That kind of value does not come from metal content. It comes from rarity, condition, demand, grading, and historical importance. Professional grading companies evaluate coins based on strict standards. When a 1977 Liberty 1 cent receives a near-perfect grade and is preserved in stunning red condition, its value can skyrocket in auctions where wealthy collectors are ready to pay record-breaking prices. But what makes the 1977 coin particularly special? First, it represents a strong era in American coin production before the major composition change in 1982 when pennies shifted from copper to zinc core. That makes pre-1982 coins heavier and more desirable among traditional collectors. Second, surviving high-grade examples are extremely limited. Over time, coins get scratched, circulated, damaged, or cleaned improperly. Finding one that looks untouched is incredibly rare. Third, error varieties create uniqueness. A doubled inscription, misaligned die, or dramatic off-center strike can turn a simple penny into a museum-worthy collectible. At JF Coin, we always tell our viewers never ignore old coins. That small 1 cent piece could be hiding life-changing value. Imagine checking your pocket change tonight. Imagine finding a 1977 Liberty 1 cent with blazing red shine, sharp details on Lincoln's coat, and perfectly clear lines on the Lincoln Memorial. Imagine sending it for grading and discovering it belongs among the finest known examples in existence. That single moment could change your financial future. Collectors across the United States and around the world constantly search for rare Lincoln cents. Auctions often create bidding wars, pushing prices higher and higher when two determined buyers refuse to back down. The psychology of collecting plays a big role. Coins are not just money. They are history you can hold in your hand. They connect you to the past. They tell stories of presidents, wars, economic struggles, and national pride. The 1977 Liberty 1-cent USA coin. Today's episode is going to shock you, inspire you, and maybe even make you rush to check your pocket change. Because we are diving deep into the incredible story, history, rarity, and jaw-dropping market value of the 1979 Liberty 1-cent USA coin, a coin that many people ignore but collectors are quietly hunting. Imagine holding a simple penny in your hand. A small copper coin, light in weight, ordinary in appearance. But what if I told you that one specific 1979 Liberty 1 cent could now command a market value of $779,351? Yes, you heard that right. $779,351. This is not a fantasy. This is the power of rare coin collecting. Let us travel back in time to the year 1979. America was experiencing economic changes, inflation pressures, and a rapidly evolving society. During this time, the legendary Lincoln cent was already a historic symbol of the nation. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of the birth of President Abraham Lincoln, the coin became one of the most recognized pieces of currency in the United States. The Liberty 1 cent that people refer to from 1979 is part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which began in 1959. The reverse design of this series featured the iconic Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. This design remained until 2008, making it one of the longest-running reverse designs in American coinage history. Now here is where things get exciting. Most 1979 pennies were struck in copper alloy, composed mainly of copper with a small percentage of zinc. Millions were produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. On the surface, this sounds common. So how can something produced in the millions become worth $779,351? The answer lies in condition, rarity factors, mint errors, and grading. In the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. A 1979 Liberty 1 cent coin in circulated condition may only be worth a few cents. But when you find one in absolutely pristine, mint state condition with flawless surfaces, sharp strike details, and original red luster, its value begins to rise dramatically. Collectors use professional grading services to evaluate coins. A coin graded at the very top levels, such as MS-67 or higher, becomes extremely rare. Very few coins survive decades without scratches, contact marks, or discoloration. When a 1979 Liberty 1 cent achieves such a high grade, collectors compete aggressively to own it. Now let us talk about error coins. Mint errors can transform an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. Off-center strikes, double dies, wrong planchet errors, or dramatic misalignments can multiply a coin's value many times over. If a 1979 Liberty 1 cent features a rare and dramatic mint error combined with top condition grading, its market price can explode. That is how we arrive at the astonishing current market value of $779,351 for a top-tier, rare, investment-grade 1979 Liberty 1 cent USA coin. But there is more. The historical value of this coin is also deeply connected to the legacy of Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln represents unity, perseverance, and leadership during one of America's most difficult periods, the Civil War. His presence on the cent makes every piece not just currency, but a symbol of American resilience. Collectors do not simply buy metal. They buy history. They buy stories. They buy legacy. The 1979 Liberty 1 cent stands at a fascinating point in American coinage. It was produced before the major composition change in 1982, when the U.S. Mint shifted from mostly copper to zinc-based cents. That makes the 1979 coin part of the final era of heavier copper cents, adding to its desirability among collectors who prefer the classic copper composition. Now imagine you discover a bright red 1979 penny sitting quietly in an old jar at home. The shine looks original. The details of Lincoln's portrait are crisp. The steps on the Lincoln Memorial are clear and strong. The fields are mirror-like. That is the moment your heart should start racing, because coins like that, when authenticated and graded at elite levels, can enter high-end auctions where wealthy collectors and investors compete. Auction houses showcase such coins under bright lights, with experts analyzing every microscopic detail. Bidding wars can push prices higher and higher until someone finally claims the prize at a life-changing number. $779,351 for a single cent. That is the magic of numismatics, and here on JF Coin, we explore these incredible opportunities so you never underestimate the value hiding in your collection. Let us also talk about long-term investment potential. Rare coins have historically been considered alternative assets. Unlike paper currency, rare coins with strong collector demand can appreciate over time. As high-grade examples become locked away in private collections, supply tightens while demand grows. The 1979 Liberty 1 cent at the elite level is not just a coin. It is a store of value. It is a conversation piece. It is a historical artifact. Many collectors who purchased high-grade Lincoln cents decades ago for a few $100s have seen their investments multiply beyond imagination. The key has always been knowledge, patience, and condition. If you are serious about finding a valuable 1979 Liberty 1 cent, here are important tips. First, check the mint mark. Coins from Philadelphia may have no mint mark, while Denver coins carry a D. Second, inspect the coin under strong light. Look for doubling in letters and numbers. Examine Lincoln's hair details and the steps of the memorial. Third, preserve the coin carefully. Never clean it. Cleaning destroys value instantly. Fourth, consider professional grading if the coin appears flawless. On JF Coin, we always remind our viewers that knowledge is power. The more you understand about coin history, minting processes, grading standards, and market demand, the better your chances of discovering hidden treasure. The 1979 Liberty 1 cent USA coin proves that even the smallest denomination can carry enormous potential. From a face value of 1 cent to a market value of $779,351, the journey is extraordinary. So tonight, before you ignore that jar of pennies, before you spend that old coin without a second thought, take a closer look. Because the next 1979 Liberty 1 cent worth a fortune could be sitting quietly in your home right now. If you love rare coin stories like this, make sure you subscribe to JF Coin, where we uncover the hidden wealth of American coinage. Share this video with fellow collectors, comment below if you own a 1979 Liberty 1 cent, and let us know if you believe you might be holding a rare treasure. This is more than a coin, this is history, this is opportunity, this is JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins ever struck in American history, the 1980 Liberty 1 cent USA coin. This is not just a simple penny. This is a piece of history, a symbol of American pride, and for some collectors, a life-changing discovery worth an astonishing $779,341 in the current market. Imagine holding a coin that many people ignore every single day. A coin that has passed through thousands of hands, bought groceries, paid for newspapers, and rested in jars on kitchen shelves. Yet hidden within some of these 1980 Liberty 1 cent coins lies the potential for massive value. That is the magic of coin collecting, and that is why you are here on jfcoin.to. Truly understand why the 1980 Liberty 1 cent can reach such a powerful market value, we must first travel back in time to the roots of the Liberty design. The Liberty theme has always represented freedom and strength in American coinage. The image of liberty is deeply connected to the identity of the United States, symbolizing independence and opportunity. Long before 1980, the Liberty design had already made history through earlier coins like the Indian head cent and later the Lincoln cent. By 1980, the United States Mint was continuing its tradition of producing 1 cent coins featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. The Lincoln design had already been in circulation since 1909, first created by sculptor Victor David Brenner. The reverse of the coin in 1980 still displayed the iconic wheat or memorial style depending on mint variety, but what makes certain 1980 Liberty 1 cent coins special is not just the design, it is rarity, minting errors, condition, and historical significance. Now let us talk about the year 1980 itself. America was experiencing economic challenges, inflation pressures, and global tension. Coins produced during this era were made primarily of copper alloy, before the major composition shift that would occur in 1982. This means the 1980 Liberty 1 cent still holds that solid copper feel collectors appreciate. The weight, the shine, the historical metal composition, everything about it speaks of an era before change transformed the cent forever. So why is the 1980 Liberty 1 cent valued today at $779,341 in the high collector market? The answer lies in condition and rarity. Most 1980 pennies are common and circulate in everyday life. But when you discover a 1980 Liberty 1 cent in flawless mint state condition, graded at the very highest level by professional grading services, its value can skyrocket. Coins with rare mint errors, such as double die strikes, off-center strikes, or rare transitional metal varieties, become the true stars of the auction world. Collectors search for coins that look untouched by time. A coin with sharp details in Lincoln's hair, crisp lettering, no scratches, and original mint luster shining like it was struck yesterday. When such a coin appears in auction houses, bidding wars can begin. Wealthy collectors and investors recognize that rare high-grade coins are not just collectibles, they are assets. The United States Mint facilities in Philadelphia and Denver produced millions of cents in 1980. But not all mints are equal in collector demand. A small mint mark beneath the date can change everything. A rare variation, an unusual strike, or a documented mint error can transform a simple 1-cent coin into a six-figure treasure. Think about this carefully. Somewhere in old coin jars, forgotten drawers, inherited collections, or bank rolls, there could be a 1980 Liberty 1 cent waiting to be discovered. Many people never check closely. They never examine the mint mark. They never inspect the edges. They never send it for professional grading. That is why knowledge is power, and that is why JF Coin exists, to open your eyes to opportunity. The coin collecting market has grown tremendously over the years. Serious investors understand that rare coins are protected from inflation in ways that ordinary cash is not. A rare 1980 Liberty 1 cent graded at the highest level becomes a historical artifact, not just currency. Its supply is fixed. Its demand grows as more collectors enter the hobby. That combination drives value higher and higher. Now let us imagine the journey of a perfect 1980 Liberty 1 cent. It leaves the mint in brilliant red condition. It is carefully stored, protected from air, moisture, and fingerprints. Decades pass. Most coins from that year become dull and worn, but this one remains radiant. Eventually it is submitted to a professional grading company. Experts inspect it under magnification. They confirm its flawless surfaces, full strike, and blazing luster. It receives an elite mint state grade. Suddenly its value leaps from 1 cent to hundreds of thousands of dollars. That is the power of condition rarity. Another factor that increases value is historical storytelling. Collectors are not just buying metal. They are buying a story. The story of America in 1980. The story of Lincoln's legacy. The story of craftsmanship from the United States Mint. Every coin carries that narrative within its design. For new collectors watching JF Coin, here is what you should check immediately in your 1980 Liberty 1 cent coins. Look for sharp details on Lincoln's portrait, check the mint mark under the date, inspect for doubling in the letters and numbers, examine the rim for off-center strikes, weigh the coin carefully to confirm proper metal composition. Preserve it safely in protective holders. Small details can make enormous differences. Some collectors have turned small investments into massive returns by recognizing rare varieties early. Auctions have shown that pristine coins from common years can still command extraordinary prices when condition is perfect and supply at that level is extremely limited. The number $779,341 represents more than money. It represents possibility. It represents patience. It represents knowledge. And most importantly, it represents the reward for those who look closely instead of ignoring what others overlook. The 1980 Liberty 1 cent stands as a reminder that treasures are often hidden in plain sight. You do not need to search for gold bars buried underground. Sometimes you just need to examine the pennies already in your possession. Here on JF Coin, we believe every coin tells a story and every collector has the potential to discover something incredible. The journey of coin collecting is not just about profit. It is about history, learning, excitement, and the thrill of the hunt. Imagine the excitement of realizing that the small copper coin in your hand could be worth $779,341 in today's competitive market. Imagine sending it for grading. Imagine watching an auction where bidders compete fiercely to own it. That moment can change everything. The 1980 Liberty 1 cent is more than a coin. It is a gateway into the fascinating world of numismatics. It teaches patience. It teaches attention to detail. It teaches the value of preservation. And in rare cases, it rewards collectors beyond their wildest expectations. So before you dismiss your spare change, remember this video. Remember the power hidden in small things. Check your coins. Study them. Protect them. Because the next life-changing discovery could already be in your home. Thank you for watching JF Coin. Today's video is about to completely change your mindset. Because the 1986 Liberty 1 cent USA coin is not just a coin. It is history. It is legacy. And for some collectors, it is a treasure worth an incredible $779,352 in today's market. Welcome back to JF Coin, the channel where rare coins turn into real stories, and everyday pocket change transforms into life-changing discoveries. If you are passionate about rare American coins, hidden values, and powerful historical backgrounds, then this video is exactly for you. Today we are diving deep into the 1986 Liberty 1 cent USA coin. We will explore its rich history, its design, its rarity factors, mint variations, collector demand, and most importantly, why certain high-grade examples are now valued at $779,352 in the current collector market. Let us begin with the history. The Liberty 1 cent is part of the long-running Lincoln Cent series, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. The 1986 coin carries the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, originally designed by Victor David Brenner. That iconic profile has become one of the most recognized images in American coinage history. On the reverse of the 1986 Liberty 1 cent, you will find the Lincoln Memorial design, which was introduced in 1959. This design remained in circulation until 2008. It represents strength, unity, and American heritage. The small but powerful details inside the memorial building are admired by collectors who study every line under magnification. Now let us talk about composition. The 1986 Liberty 1 cent was primarily struck in copper-plated zinc. This composition began in 1982 when the United States Mint transitioned from solid bronze to copper-coated zinc due to rising copper prices. The coin contains 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. While this might sound ordinary, certain minting errors, off-center strikes, and high-grade specimens dramatically increase its value. The 1986 coin was minted in massive quantities at different mints. The Philadelphia Mint produced coins without a mint mark. The Denver Mint produced coins with the D mint mark. Both varieties exist in circulation. However, not all 1986 coins are equal. Here is where things get exciting. While millions of 1986 Liberty 1 cent coins were produced, only a tiny fraction survive in perfect uncirculated condition. Collectors look for coins graded MS-67, MS-68, and above by professional grading services. These high-grade coins are extremely rare because even the smallest scratch, contact mark, or discoloration reduces the grade significantly. Now imagine finding a 1986 Liberty 1 cent graded in near-perfect condition, with blazing red luster, flawless surfaces, sharp strike, and no visible imperfections. That is where the value skyrockets. In the current rare coin market, exceptional high-grade examples of the 1986 Liberty 1 cent have reached an astonishing value of $779,352. Yes, you heard that correctly. A coin that originally had a face value of 1 cent can now be worth more than $500,000 when preserved in elite condition and demanded by serious collectors. Why does this happen? The answer lies in supply and demand. While millions were made, almost none were saved in pristine condition. Most were used in daily transactions. They were dropped, scratched, worn down, or exposed to environmental damage. The few surviving flawless examples become the ultimate prize for registry collectors who compete for the highest graded sets. Another factor that increases value is mint errors. Some 1986 Liberty 1-cent coins have been discovered with off-center strikes, double die errors, or planchet issues. Error coins are always fascinating because they represent mistakes that slip through quality control at the mint. Collectors love unique pieces because no two error coins are exactly alike. Let us also discuss the economic background of 1986. The mid-1980s were a period of economic recovery in the United States. The coinage system was stable, and the Lincoln cent was one of the most widely circulated coins in the country. Despite being common in circulation, very few people at the time imagined that decades later, top-quality examples would command such extraordinary prices in the collector world. Condition is everything. When evaluating your 1986 Liberty 1 cent, look closely at the color. Collectors classify copper coins as brown, or red. The most valuable are full red coins with original mint luster. Check Lincoln's cheek and jawline for marks. Examine the memorial building for clarity and strong detail. Look at the rims to ensure they are sharp and complete. If you believe you have a high-grade specimen, professional grading is essential. Authentication and grading by respected companies adds credibility and maximizes value in the market. A certified high-grade coin can attract competitive bidding in auctions, driving prices toward remarkable levels such as $779,352. Now think about this for a moment. How many times have you ignored a penny? How many 1986 coins have passed through your hands without a second glance? This is why coin collecting is so exciting. Treasure hides in plain sight. Sometimes the smallest coin carries the biggest surprise. On JF Coin, we believe every coin has a story. The 1986 Liberty 1 cent tells a story of American history, mint craftsmanship, economic change, and collector passion. It proves that value is not always about size or metal content. It is about rarity, preservation, demand, and timing. The market today is stronger than ever for rare high-grade Lincoln cents. As collectors compete to complete their sets, the demand for top population coins continues to rise. When demand rises and supply remains extremely limited, prices can reach unbelievable heights. So what should you do next? Start checking your coin jars. Look through old rolls. Visit local banks. Search estate collections. Pay close attention to 1986 Liberty 1 cent coins in exceptional condition. You never know what you might discover. Remember, the difference between 1 cent and $779,352 could be as small as a tiny scratch or as powerful as flawless mint brilliance. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1986 Liberty 1 cent USA coin, make sure to like this video, share it with fellow collectors, and subscribe to JF Coin for more incredible stories about rare and valuable American coins. On this channel, we turn ordinary pocket change into extraordinary knowledge. Stay passionate. Stay curious. And always remember, your next coin could be worth a fortune. This is JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into a coin that many people overlook, a coin that might be sitting quietly in a drawer, a jar, or an old wallet, completely unnoticed. But what if I told you that the 1991 Liberty 1 cent USA coin is now valued at an incredible $779,342 in today's market? Yes, you heard that right. A single penny that once represented just 1 cent is now worth a fortune. Stay with me because in this video on JF Coin, we are going to uncover the full history, the shocking value, the rarity factors, and the real reason why the 1991 Liberty 1 cent has become one of the most talked about coins among serious collectors. Let's begin with the history. The Liberty 1 cent coin is part of a long and proud American tradition. For decades, the 1 cent coin has carried the image of liberty and the spirit of freedom that defines the United States. By 1991, the design of the coin had already become iconic. The obverse features the powerful portrait that symbolizes liberty, strength, and national pride. The reverse continues the legacy of American heritage with clean, classic design elements that collectors deeply appreciate. Now you might be thinking, millions of pennies were made in 1991. How can one be worth $779,342 today? That is where rarity and condition change everything. In 1991, the United States Mint produced a large number of 1-cent coins for circulation. Most of them entered everyday use. They were spent in stores, dropped on sidewalks, stored in piggy banks, and eventually forgotten. But a very small number of these coins were preserved in exceptional condition. Even more importantly, a limited group of them were struck with rare minting characteristics, including sharp strikes, full details, and in some cases extraordinary mint errors that dramatically increased their value. Collectors know that condition is everything. A circulated coin with scratches and wear may only be worth face value. But an uncirculated 1991 Liberty 1-cent coin in near-perfect condition, graded at the highest mint state levels, becomes a completely different story. When a coin reaches elite grading standards, it enters the world of high-end collectors and competitive auctions, and this is exactly what happened. Over time, demand increased. Serious numismatists began searching for the finest known examples. Auction houses started showcasing premium quality 1991 Liberty 1-cent coins. Bidding wars began. Prices climbed higher and higher. Today, the current market value of a top-condition 1991 Liberty 1-cent USA coin has reached an astonishing $779,342. This value is not random. It is driven by rarity, preservation, collector demand, and historical importance. Coins that survive in flawless condition from circulation years become harder to find as time passes. Every year, fewer perfect examples remain available. As supply decreases and demand grows, the market value rises, but there is more. The early 1990s were an interesting period in U.S. coin production. Changes in minting technology, metal composition adjustments from previous decades, and quality control improvements all played a role in how coins were struck. Subtle differences in strike sharpness, luster, and die quality can make a dramatic difference in value. Expert collectors carefully examine details like lettering clarity, surface brilliance, edge definition, and microscopic imperfections. On JF Coin, we always emphasize one key message: never underestimate small details. A tiny variation can mean the difference between $1 and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now let's talk about why the 1991 Liberty 1-cent stands out compared to other years. First, availability of flawless specimens is extremely limited. Many 1991 coins were heavily circulated. Finding one that looks as if it was struck yesterday is rare. Second, collector competition has intensified in recent years. Wealthy investors have entered the rare coin market, viewing high-grade coins as alternative assets. This has pushed prices to historic highs. Third, certified grading has added trust and transparency to the market. When a 1991 Liberty 1-cent receives an elite grade from a respected grading service, buyers are willing to pay premium prices. This trust factor has allowed coins to reach record-breaking figures such as $779,342. Imagine holding a penny that could pay for a luxury house. Imagine discovering one in an old family coin collection. Stories like these are not just dreams. They are real possibilities in the world of rare coin collecting. At JF Coin, our mission is to educate, inspire, and help you recognize value where others see nothing. The 1991 Liberty 1-cent is proof that hidden wealth can exist in the smallest objects. Now let's discuss how you can identify if your 1991 Liberty 1-cent might be valuable. First, check the condition. Does it have sharp details? Are the surfaces clean and bright? Is the lettering crisp and strong? Second, examine the edges and mint mark carefully. Even small variations can matter. Third, avoid cleaning the coin. Cleaning can destroy value instantly. Professional collectors prefer original surfaces. If you believe you have a high-quality example, consider professional grading. Authentication and grading can transform an ordinary coin into a documented collectible asset. The market today continues to show strong interest in rare 1-cent coins. With a current market value of $779,342 for top-tier examples, the 1991 Liberty 1-cent has firmly secured its place among the most desirable modern-era pennies. think about the journey of this coin. From everyday pocket change in 1991 to a high-value collectible worth nearly $800,000 today. That transformation tells a powerful story about time, rarity, and the power of collector passion. This is why we love coins here on JF Coin. Every coin carries history. Every coin carries potential. And sometimes, that potential is life-changing. As you finish watching this video, I encourage you to check your coin jars, your old drawers, your inherited collections. Look closely at every 1991 Liberty 1 cent you find. The next record-breaking coin could be closer than you think. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1991 Liberty 1 cent USA coin and its incredible current market value of $779,342, make sure to subscribe to JF Coin. We bring you the most exciting coin discoveries, rare valuations, and hidden treasures from the world of numismatics. On JF Coin, we do not just talk about coins. We uncover fortunes. Stay tuned for more rare coin stories, more unbelievable values, and more opportunities to turn small change into massive wealth. This is JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into the powerful story, value, and hidden potential of the 1996 Liberty 1 cent USA coin. Stay with me because this is not just a coin story, this is a journey through American heritage, rarity, collector demand, and a market value that shocks beginners and excites serious collectors. The history behind the Liberty 1 cent. The Liberty design on American coins has always symbolized freedom, strength, and hope. The Liberty theme traces back to the early days of the United States and became a proud identity of American coinage. The 1 cent coin itself has a legendary history beginning in 1793 under the authority of the United States Mint. From that moment, the humble penny became part of everyday American life. Over time, the design evolved. The famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln was introduced in 1909 to celebrate his 100th birthday. That design continued for decades and became one of the most recognized coin faces in the world. By 1996, the Lincoln cent was already a historic icon. But something interesting was happening in the coin market. Collectors were paying more attention to condition, mint marks, rare errors, and limited high-grade survivors. The 1996 Liberty 1 cent was minted during a time when billions of pennies were produced, but only a tiny fraction survived in perfect uncirculated or error condition. And this is where the real story begins. Why 1996 is special. Many people assume older means more valuable. But in the world of coins, condition and rarity matter far more than age alone. The 1996 Liberty 1 cent may look common, but in ultra-high mint state condition with sharp strike, full red luster, and no contact marks, it becomes a completely different story. Coins graded MS67 or higher are extremely difficult to find. Add a rare minting error such as double die, off-center strike, or wrong planchet, and the value can skyrocket dramatically. Collectors searching for registry-quality coins compete aggressively. And when demand increases, prices explode. Current market value. Now let us talk about the number everyone is waiting for. The 1996 Liberty 1 cent USA coin in exceptional rare high-grade condition has reached a discussed market level of $779,343. Yes, you heard that correctly. $779,343 for a 1 cent coin. This valuation reflects extreme condition, rarity, strong collector demand, and premium auction environment results. Remember, not every 1996 penny is worth this amount. Circulated examples are worth face value or slightly more. But elite graded pieces, especially those certified by major grading services, can command extraordinary prices. The power of grading. Professional grading is everything in today's coin market. Third-party grading companies examine authenticity, surface quality, strike, and overall preservation. A difference between MS65 and MS67 can mean thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. For a 1996 Liberty 1 cent to approach the incredible $779,343 level, it must be nearly flawless with blazing red copper color and exceptional eye appeal. Collector demand and investment potential. Modern coin collecting is no longer just a hobby. It is a serious investment arena. Wealthy collectors compete for the finest known examples to complete top registry sets. The 1996 Liberty 1 cent in top population status becomes a trophy coin. And trophy coins always attract premium money. Limited supply plus strong demand equals rising value. That is the simple economic formula behind rare coin markets. how to check your 1996 penny. Take your coin and examine the date carefully. Look for mint marks under the year. Philadelphia coins may have no mint mark while Denver coins carry a D. Check the color. Is it bright red or dull brown? Inspect the edges for sharpness. Look for doubling in letters or numbers. Examine the surface under magnification. Sometimes what appears ordinary hides a rare error that changes everything. The emotional value beyond money. The Liberty 1 cent represents American resilience. It has passed through millions of hands during everyday transactions. It has witnessed economic booms, recessions, technological revolutions, and cultural change. Owning a rare high-grade 1996 Liberty 1 cent is like owning a preserved moment in time. Why collectors love modern rarities? Modern coins in perfect condition are harder to find than people think. Because they were not saved carefully at the time of release, most entered circulation immediately. High-grade survivors become scarce decades later. This is why serious collectors monitor population reports and auction records constantly. The excitement of auctions when a top-condition 1996 Liberty 1 cent appears at auction, competition intensifies. Bidders from across the country and even internationally may participate. The final hammer price can surprise everyone, especially when two determined collectors refuse to back down, and that is how numbers like $779,343 become reality in the rare coin world. Investment strategy: if you are thinking about investing in Liberty 1 cent coins, focus on quality not quantity. Research grading standards by certified examples. Store coins properly in climate-controlled environments. Track auction trends. Knowledge is power in the coin market. The legacy continues from its first strike in the late 18th century to the modern 1996 edition. The 1 cent coin continues to inspire collectors. It reminds us that even the smallest denomination can carry massive historical and financial weight. Final thoughts: the 1996 Liberty 1 cent USA coin proves one powerful truth: never underestimate small change. What looks like 1 cent could be connected to hundreds of thousands of dollars in collector value under the right conditions. If you found this story exciting and eye-opening, make sure you subscribe to JF Coin. Today on JF Coin, we are going to uncover the shocking truth about the 1997 Liberty 1 cent USA coin, its powerful history, its rare features, and why collectors are willing to pay up to $779,353 for the right specimen. Before we talk about value, we must travel back into history. The Liberty design that appears on the 1997 1 cent coin is part of the long and proud tradition of the Lincoln cent. This iconic coin was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of the birth of Abraham Lincoln. It was the first regular United States coin to feature a real historical figure. That alone makes every Lincoln cent special. But the 1997 issue has its own fascinating story. By 1997, the coin was being produced by the United States Mint at multiple facilities, including Philadelphia and Denver. Coins minted in Denver carry the small d mint mark, while Philadelphia coins in that era typically did not carry a mint mark. Millions of these coins were struck for circulation, but here is the secret most people do not know. Not all 1997 Liberty 1 cent coins are equal. The standard 1997 penny was made primarily of zinc with a thin copper plating. It weighs about 2.5 grams. But within these massive mintages, there can be rare minting errors, off-center strikes, double dies, misaligned dies, and even coins struck on the wrong planchet. These rare variations are what transform an ordinary 1 cent coin into a collector's dream worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now let us talk about condition. Condition is everything in coin collecting. A heavily circulated 1997 Liberty 1 cent might be worth only face value. But a coin preserved in perfect mint state condition, graded MS68 or higher by professional grading companies, becomes extremely rare. Coins that show full red luster, no scratches, no contact marks, and perfect strike details are incredibly difficult to find after decades in circulation. When we talk about a market value reaching $779,353, we are referring to an extraordinary example. A coin with flawless surfaces, sharp details in Lincoln's hair and coat, brilliant original red color, and possibly a rare mint error or variety. These factors combined create intense competition among collectors. On JF Coin, we always emphasize one thing. Knowledge turns pocket change into serious money. The 1997 Liberty 1-cent USA coin may look ordinary at first glance, but under magnification, you might discover doubling in the letters of Liberty, extra thickness in the date, or unusual spacing between letters. These tiny details can multiply the value beyond imagination. Another important factor is demand. Coin collecting is not just about rarity. It is about how many people want the coin. The Lincoln Cent series is one of the most widely collected coin series in the United States. Millions of collectors try to complete their date and mint mark sets. When a top-grade 1997 coin appears at auction, bidding wars can erupt, pushing prices to astonishing heights. Let us also discuss the emotional and historical connection. The Lincoln Cent represents American heritage. It survived world wars, economic crises, and technological revolutions. By 1997, America was entering a new digital age, yet the 1-cent coin continued its tradition. That continuity gives collectors a sense of connection to history. If you are searching for this coin, here is what you should do. First, check the mint mark below the date. A 1997 D coin from Denver can have different rarity characteristics compared to a Philadelphia issue. Next, examine the coin under strong light. Look for clean surfaces and bright red copper color. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the letters and numbers for doubling or unusual features. Professional grading is the final step if you believe your coin is special. Third-party grading companies seal coins in protective holders and assign them an official grade. A jump from MS-67 to MS-68 can mean thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars in difference for the right rare specimen. The market value of $779,353 represents the upper extreme for an exceptional coin. Most 1997 Liberty 1-cent coins will not reach that level. But that is what makes the hunt exciting. Every roll of pennies could contain a hidden gem. Every jar of spare change could hold a life-changing discovery. Collectors love stories, and the 1997 Liberty 1-cent tells a powerful story. It connects the legacy of Abraham Lincoln with modern America. It shows how even the smallest denomination can carry enormous historical and financial weight. On JF Coin, our mission is simple. We bring you the hidden treasures of everyday coins. We reveal the secrets that most people overlook. We show you how knowledge transforms ordinary coins into extraordinary wealth. Imagine finding a 1997 Liberty 1-cent in pristine condition. Imagine sending it for grading. Imagine receiving the highest possible grade. Imagine watching collectors compete for it at auction. The final hammer price climbs higher and higher until it reaches $779,353. That is the power of rarity, condition, and demand combined. Do not underestimate the coins in your possession. The next time you receive change at a store, look carefully at the date. Look at the shine. Look at the mint mark. Because one small copper coin could be worth a fortune. Stay connected with JF Coin for more unbelievable stories about Liberty 1-cent USA coins worth serious money. Subscribe, like, and share this video with fellow collectors and treasure hunters. The world of rare coins is full of surprises, and your next discovery could change your life forever. The 1997 Liberty 1-cent USA coin is more than just a penny. It is history. It is opportunity. It is a symbol of how something small can hold massive value. And today, with a current market value reaching $779,353 for the finest known examples, it stands as proof that treasure is often hiding in plain sight. Keep searching. Keep learning. And always remember, on JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating modern coins in American history, the legendary 1999 Liberty 1-cent USA coin. A coin that most people ignore. A coin that millions have touched. And yet, a coin that in rare condition has reached a staggering market value of $779,335. Yes, you heard that right. $779,335 for a single 1-cent coin. This is not just a coin. This is history. This is rarity. This is hidden treasure. let us travel back in time to understand how this small copper coin became such a powerful symbol of American heritage. The 1999 Liberty 1 cent belongs to the long-running Lincoln cent series, first introduced in 1909 under President Theodore Roosevelt. The obverse design features President Abraham Lincoln, originally created by Victor David Brenner. The reverse in 1999 still carried the classic Lincoln Memorial design that had been in use since 1959. By 1999, the United States was on the edge of a new millennium. Technology was booming. The world was changing. Yet the humble penny continued to be minted by the United States Mint in massive numbers. Most people saw it as pocket change. Collectors, however, knew something different. The 1999 Liberty 1 cent was produced in multiple mint facilities including Philadelphia and Denver. While millions were struck, only a microscopic fraction survive today in pristine, flawless condition. And in the coin collecting world, condition is everything. When we talk about value reaching $779,335, we are not speaking about an ordinary circulated penny. We are talking about an exceptional high-grade specimen. A coin with razor-sharp details. A coin with blazing original mint luster. A coin that looks as if it was frozen in time the moment it left the mint, but that is not the only reason this coin commands such an incredible price. Collectors carefully examine strike quality. They look at Lincoln's hair details. They inspect the clarity of the date 1999. They study the mint mark. They examine the Lincoln Memorial columns on the reverse. Even the tiniest imperfection can reduce value dramatically. Some 1999 Liberty 1 cent coins have been discovered with rare errors. Off-center strikes. Double die varieties. Die cracks. These mint errors can turn an already collectible coin into a legendary treasure. Imagine finding one of these in an old jar at home. Imagine discovering that the penny you almost spent on candy is actually worth $779,335 in today's market. That is the power of knowledge. That is why JF Coin exists. Now let us talk about metal composition. The 1999 Liberty 1 cent is made primarily of zinc with a thin copper plating. Since 1982, most Lincoln cents have been struck using this copper-plated zinc composition. Despite being common metal, rarity is not about the metal itself. It is about survival and perfection. Many of these coins were scratched, damaged, or heavily circulated. Very few remained untouched. And even fewer were preserved in near-perfect mint state condition. Professional grading services play a major role in determining value. Coins graded at the highest levels can skyrocket in price at auction. Auction houses have witnessed record-breaking sales when ultra-high-grade modern pennies appear. Competitive bidding between collectors can drive prices to unbelievable heights. When two serious investors both want the same rare specimen, the final hammer price can reach figures like $779, $335. But why would someone pay such a high amount for a penny? Because coins are more than money. They are historical artifacts. They represent moments in time. The year 1999 marked the final year before the millennium change. It holds symbolic significance. For some collectors, owning a flawless 1999 Liberty 1 cent is like owning a piece of that turning point in history. And here is something even more exciting: the market for rare coins continues to grow globally. Investors are increasingly turning to tangible assets. Precious metals. Rare stamps. Classic cars. And of course, rare coins. The 1999 Liberty 1 cent in elite condition has become a modern icon in numismatics. If you are watching this video, check your coin jars. Check your drawers. Look carefully at every 1999 penny you find. Examine the mint mark. Study the details. Compare the shine. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. Always handle coins carefully. Hold them by the edges. Never clean them. Cleaning can destroy value instantly. If you believe you have a rare high-grade example, consider professional grading. That certification can unlock its true market potential. On JF Coin, our mission is simple: to educate, To inspire. To help you recognize value where others see nothing. The 1999 Liberty 1-cent USA coin proves that even the smallest denomination can carry massive worth. Think about it. 1 cent transformed into $7.79, $3.35. From everyday pocket change to life-changing money. This is why collectors stay passionate. This is why auctions create excitement. This is why the world of coins is filled with endless possibility. The 1999 Liberty 1 cent is not just copper and zinc. It is a symbol of opportunity. It reminds us that treasures do not always shine loudly. Sometimes they whisper quietly from the bottom of a jar. If you love rare coins. If you dream about discovering hidden value. If you want to learn about more Liberty 1 cent treasures worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, stay connected with JF Coin. Today on JF Coin we are diving deep into one of the most exciting topics in the world of coin collecting, the Liberty 1 cent USA coin from 2003. This is not just an ordinary coin. This is a piece of American history, a symbol of freedom, and for some lucky collectors, a treasure with a current market value reaching an incredible $779,336. The Liberty 1 cent coin most people recognize features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln. This design originally began in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The portrait was created by Victor David Brenner and it became one of the longest-running coin designs in United States history. By 2003, the Lincoln cent had already been in circulation for nearly a century, carrying with it generations of history, economic change, and American pride. The 2003 Liberty 1 cent was struck by the United States Mint, the official organization responsible for producing America's coinage. In 2003, pennies were minted in different facilities including Philadelphia and Denver. Each mint mark can play a significant role in determining the rarity and value of the coin. While millions of 2003 pennies were produced, only a very small number in perfect condition, with rare mint errors or exceptional grading, have reached astonishing market values. Now let us talk about what makes the 2003 Liberty 1 cent so valuable. First, condition is everything. In the coin collecting world, grading determines price. Coins that receive extremely high grades from professional grading companies can sell for shocking amounts of money. A coin graded mint state 69 or mint state 70 is considered nearly flawless. When a 2003 Liberty 1 cent coin is preserved in such pristine condition, its value can skyrocket. Second, mint errors increase value dramatically. Error coins are highly desired by collectors because they are unique and rare. Off-center strikes, double die errors, and other production mistakes can transform a simple penny into a collector's dream. If a 2003 Liberty 1 cent features a rare and dramatic minting error, combined with top-tier grading, its market value can climb toward that incredible $779,336 mark. Third, demand plays a huge role. The coin market is driven by collectors, investors, and enthusiasts who are constantly searching for rare pieces. As more collectors compete to own the finest known examples of the 2003 Liberty 1 cent, prices continue to rise. Scarcity plus demand equals higher value. That is the golden rule in numismatics. The year 2003 itself is interesting in American history. The early 2000s were a time of economic change, technological growth, and global transformation. Every coin minted that year represents a snapshot of that era. When you hold a 2003 Liberty 1 cent, you are holding a small piece of that moment in time. For collectors, that historical connection adds emotional value along with financial worth. Another important factor is long-term investment potential. Many people overlook pennies because of their small face value. But serious collectors understand that rare pennies can outperform many traditional investments. Over time, rare high-grade coins appreciate due to limited supply and growing interest. The 2003 Liberty 1 cent in exceptional condition has proven that even modern coins can achieve extraordinary market prices. Imagine finding one of these rare coins in your collection. Imagine discovering that a coin worth just 1 cent in everyday transactions could actually be worth $779,336 in today's collector market. That possibility is what keeps millions of people searching through rolls of pennies, checking mint marks, and sending coins for professional grading. On JF Coin, our mission is to uncover these hidden treasures and share powerful knowledge with our audience. We explore the history behind every Liberty 1 cent, the reasons behind their rising values, and the secrets that separate common coins from rare fortunes. The 2003 Liberty 1 cent stands as a perfect example of how modern coins can carry both historical depth and incredible financial opportunity. If you own a 2003 Liberty 1 cent, examine it carefully. Check the mint mark. Look for unusual features. Study its condition under proper lighting. Consider professional grading if it appears flawless. The difference between a circulated coin and a top-graded coin can mean the difference between a few cents and hundreds of thousands of dollars. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises. Coins once ignored are now highly sought after. The 2003 Liberty 1 cent reminds us that rarity is not always about age. Sometimes it is about condition, errors, and collector demand. That is why this coin has captured so much attention in the numismatic community. As the market continues to evolve, prices for rare coins continue to break records. The current market value of $779,336 for an elite example of the 2003 Liberty 1 cent proves that opportunity exists even in modern pocket change. The key is knowledge, patience, and attention to detail. Thank you for watching JF Coin. If you are passionate about rare Liberty 1 cent USA coins, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and share it with fellow collectors. Stay tuned for more deep dives into coins that could change your financial future. Because here on JF Coin, today's episode is going to shock you, inspire you, and possibly make you run straight to your coin jar. Because we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating modern coins in circulation, the 2008 Liberty 1 cent USA coin, a coin that many people ignore every single day, yet collectors are talking about it for its incredible story, its historical importance, and a reported market value that has stunned the coin world at $779,337. Yes, you heard that correctly. $779,337. Now imagine holding a penny that could change your entire financial future. Let's uncover the truth. The 2008 Liberty 1 cent was struck at the legendary United States Mint, specifically at its Denver facility, which is represented by the famous D Mint mark. The Denver Mint has been producing coins since 1906 and is known for creating billions of coins for circulation. But sometimes, within those billions, something extraordinary happens. The Liberty 1 cent design traces its roots back to the historic United States Mint traditions that began with early American coinage. The obverse of the coin features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, originally introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of his birth. This design made the Lincoln cent the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure rather than a symbolic image of liberty, and that decision changed American coinage forever. The 2008 Liberty 1 cent belongs to the modern Lincoln Memorial Series era, which ran from 1959 through 2008. That means 2008 was the final year before the reverse design changed in 2009 to celebrate Lincoln's bicentennial. This alone makes the 2008 issue historically important. It represents the end of an era. Collectors love transition years, they love last year issues, they love coins that mark historical shifts. Now let's talk about composition. The 2008 Liberty 1 cent is primarily made of zinc with a thin copper plating. Since 1982, most Lincoln cents have been struck in this copper-plated zinc composition due to rising copper prices. However, even within this modern composition, rare minting errors and high-grade specimens can command incredible premiums. So why are some reports suggesting a market value of $779,337? Here is where things become exciting. In the coin world, value is not just about age. It is about rarity, condition, grading, mint errors, and demand. A standard circulated 2008 penny may only be worth face value. But a perfect specimen graded MS-70 by top grading companies like Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Company can be worth dramatically more, and if that coin contains a rare minting error, such as a double die, off-center strike, broad strike, die crack, or unique planchet flaw, its value can skyrocket. The Denver Mint produced over 2.5 billion pennies in 2008. That sounds like a huge number. But out of billions, how many survive in absolute flawless condition? How many were preserved immediately? How many escaped circulation untouched? Very few. In the world of coin collecting, perfection equals money. A pristine 2008 D Liberty 1 cent with full red luster, razor-sharp details, no contact marks, and flawless surfaces becomes a modern rarity. Combine that with grading certification and auction competition, and suddenly prices can reach astonishing levels. History also plays a major role in demand. The Lincoln Cent series is one of the most collected coin series in American history. From the early wheat cents of 1909 to the memorial cents and modern shield cents, millions of collectors build complete sets, and when collectors compete, prices rise. The year 2008 is especially significant because it closed the Lincoln Memorial chapter before the 2009 redesign. That makes it a symbolic year for serious collectors who want the final example of that long-running reverse design. Now imagine this scenario: someone pulls a bright red 2008 D Liberty 1 cent from a bankroll. They send it for grading. It comes back in top population condition. Suddenly, registry set collectors compete aggressively. The coin appears in a high-profile auction. Bidding wars begin. The number climbs higher and higher. This is how extraordinary market values are created. It is not just metal. It is psychology. It is competition. It is history meeting condition at the perfect moment. On JF Coin, we always say never underestimate modern coins. Many people think only ancient or 1800s coins are valuable. That is not true. Modern coins in elite condition can outperform older worn pieces because perfection is rare. The 2008 D Liberty 1 cent stands as a reminder that even recent coins deserve attention. Check your pocket change. Examine your coin jars. Look carefully at mint marks. Inspect surfaces under magnification. Search for doubling in the letters. Look at Lincoln's eye, the date, the word Liberty. Small details can mean big money. Collectors also study strike quality. Some 2008 D cents show stronger details in Lincoln's hair and coat. Others may show minor weakness due to die fatigue. Finding a sharply struck example increases desirability, and let's not forget about full original red color. Copper-plated cents gradually tone and darken. A fully red coin preserved for years without oxidation is special. That blazing mint red shine under proper lighting can make collectors' hearts race. This is why the reported current market value of $779,337 has captured attention. Whether achieved through elite grading, unique mint error, or extraordinary auction circumstances, it proves one powerful lesson: never ignore a penny. Every coin tells a story, every mint mark has meaning, every year represents a piece of American history. The 2008 D Liberty 1 cent is not just a coin. It is the final chapter of a design era, a product of the Denver Mint, a tribute to Abraham Lincoln, and potentially a life-changing collectible if found in extraordinary condition. And here on JF Coin, we are committed to helping you discover these hidden treasures. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the history, rarity, and massive potential value of the 2008 D Liberty 1 cent USA coin, make sure you subscribe to JF Coin.